All right. 1 2 1 2. Okay, this works. Awesome, awesome. Welcome everyone. Been a while. Sorry, I've not been around for the AMAs. Now we're back. We're working on a bunch of things. Especially with the tokens. We're actually trying to launch it soon. I'm saying over the next few days. The token, the token should be launched over the next few days. Um, we're working on a bunch of things relating to the game. We're actually redesigning some sections of the game, and then also designing some of the, as you can see, designing some of the female characters in the game as well, so that it's not boring when we release it over the coming month or two. For people that want to come in for beta testing and whatnot. So that's exciting news. And then we have, a bunch of cool stuff that we've been working on in terms of partnership. Um, we're talking to, as you know, based on the last couple of conversations, we are talking to Disney to potentially make a Samurai Saga series movie, but more specifically, talking to the marketing side of it to drive game downloads. So that's pretty exciting news, and it's always been a core focus. I know there's a lot of talk and there's a lot of conversation around staking and what people can make off the NFTs and whatnot, but just remember that's a important component of Samurai Saga, but it's not the main goal. It's like the roadmap is predominantly based on the game and what we can do with the story on Samurai Saga and building this as a real brand. This is not just like another Cyberkongs where people stake and make a whole bunch of money and that's it. That's not a sustainable model. A sustainable model is making the brand itself, Samurai Saga, come to life and making it cool so that we can have people of all backgrounds and types, not just in the NFT space, play this and be able to participate. Then everyone would, obviously reap the rewards and see the benefits. So the reason why I wanted to have this AMA tonight, it's a little bit late. Should have done it a little earlier. I think the next couple of days we'll do an earlier one so more people can join. But yeah, just primarily wanted to catch up with you guys. So feel free to raise your hands and come on the stage so we can catch up and shoot the shit and start chatting. So recap again, tokens launching any day now. Figured out some of the tokenomics. Hopefully it goes all smooth, and then we're good to go on that end. Everything seems to be on track. We've been releasing a couple of footages on some of the things that we're developing on the back end. We're still working on the website redesign. Like a lot of that stuff, it takes some time to play out, but hopefully in the next week or so, the website will be refreshed. There'll be a lot more information on the website, and we're all Gucci on that end. Just raise your Sorry, I don't know what happened. The mic cut off for a second. Let me bring some people on the stage. I appreciate you guys. I'm not quite sure what video you were referring to. But yeah, I appreciate it. I guess you can tag me or send me a DM on that. Uh, all right. Well, let's give the stage to you guys so that we can just chat it up.
Hey, how's it going? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, GN? What's up, man? What's up, guys? Samurai. So I probably got on a couple times and had a couple drop-offs and whatnot, but I'm here finally to ask a couple questions. But I appreciate all the Samurai love and everything that you guys have been attributing to the community and whatnot. Are
Yeah,
you still
man.
there?
Yeah.
For sure. All right, word. So my first question is how do people in the community take part of the game demo?
So, I think it's still February, so it's a little bit early. As we get closer to April, we're gonna have I would say beta test channel, and then we're gonna start inviting Samurai holders to start testing the game.
You said when again?
I would, closer to April because the first version is due in April. So as we get closer to April, we're gonna open up a new channel that just specifically for beta testers. It'll be good for us to have like that ahead of schedule and then have you guys play it and give us feedback so that we know how to fix any issues that may occur.
Yeah, that would be cool because I feel that, if it needs any tweaking that we can be able to take part of that, and kind of associate with that. Um,
Mhm. Yeah, that's the
yeah,
idea.
that's interesting.
Just to sort of involve everyone and then have you guys give us feedback and sort of take part in maybe some things that you don't like in the gameplay and try to make this the best game possible. Like we want to make all this happen this year. As we continue to build strong partnerships outside of just the NFT space, more into like the gaming space. Today's Disney, but tomorrow could be Sony. So we want to make sure that like this thing is the best game that one of the best games that would exist in the market.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I know a lot of gamers and lawyers that play games, and have given me like consoles, like a PS5 for Christmas and shit. I get games from them, so it'd be cool. His wife works for Mortal Kombat and shit.
Oh,
So
sick.
yeah, like she's like actually one of the characters. But we actually, my girlfriend is a nanny, so we're able to like you know take care of babies and whatnot here in my home. So her daughter, was a preemie, so we took care of her, at a young age when she was born, and that's how we met them. And yeah, it was a cool connection from that on, that in.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
my
amazing.
second question. Yeah, my second question is will any of the NFTs, including like the Onabo Geisha weapons and baddies, be considered like a samurai to be added toward their roles as a collector in the project? If that makes any
Yeah, I
sense,
mean, you're talking about would it be like a collection?
like if you know how we minted the samurai, if we were to
Uh,
mint the weapons and then the other collections, including
mhm.
the other collections, do they count as part like the samurai where you're moving up into the different roles as like if you get into the warrior status or the guardian status?
Oh, yeah, most likely, yeah.
Most likely.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool. One of the other questions was the raffle for level 20 and 30 randomly drawn.
Yep.
Yeah, well, like what happened to the will?
Oh,
Because
that's a
like
good
I
question.
remember there, yeah, I remember
Go
there
ahead.
used to be a will of some
Yeah.
sort that we were able to see like who actually was in the raffle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Even
I
in
don't, I
fine
don't know
print.
why that's missing, but I'm sure we could look into it. Actually, the simple who's listening on this AMA, he's running it, so I'm sure he's gonna look into it right now.
Yeah, that'd be cool. If you posted for like all the other people that made it and you know were in the actual raffle itself.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. Also, is there like any legal contract for celebrities to market a NFT project, or they can just represent the artist like on their own behalf? Like, do you know of how that goes? Like, how does that go about? If there's like a big celebrity that
Mm.
was to like come across the
Yeah.
project that we know, for instance, like how do we connect that with them to this? Can you hear me?
Oh, so I guess you could DM me or DM Buddha, and we'll basically talk to that celebrity to work out a deal. I mean, every celebrity is a little bit different. Like they all have different deal structures. Some celebrities are unable to promote projects in general. It depends on their general counsel. There's no like fixed legal document that covers or blankets all the celebrities. Like, we're in contact with guys like Ice Cube and Snoop Dogg, and they both have very different needs and capabilities. Like Snoop Dogg is actually exclusive to Sandbox, so for him
Mhm.
to represent something that remotely, touches a metaverse, that's a no-no. So that his contract would be completely different from Ice Cube. So let's say Ice Cube is wide open, he's not signed to anything. Versus or someone like Taylor Kenneth, right, a smaller celebrity that is just getting paid like a couple $1,000s to post. That's a little bit different as well. And then there's also celebrities that just love the project and they just want to be part of it for in exchange for like NFTs for samurais.
Right. That's just what I wonder from far. Like, do they just jump in? It's almost like they they go into like one or either or project. Either it's like Bored
Yeah.
Ape or it's, you know, uh, Crypto Punk
Well,
or
a lot
whatever.
of a lot of these guys get paid to do what they do. It's kind of like I remember there was one project because we're very close to the Paul circle, which is Logan and Jake Paul. I
Yeah.
remember there's one project where they paid Jake Paul, if I'm not mistaken, a couple $100,000, and then from that, Jake took a third of that money and started buying the floor, and then made a video stating that he was buying the floor. So that stuff like that, that exists. Like if you paid him enough, you can get exclusivity, but that's more
It's
in a
almost like
way.
he's an influencer. Like that whole like Pokemon shit is like a
Yeah,
was just
yeah.
like a strategy almost.
It's all strategy.
Right.
Oh, absolutely. It's all strategy. It's marketing. That's what they do.
Right.
I mean, tactics like that is good for like short term, like a short term burst. We get it. But at the end of the day, like, if you want something that's going to be around, I think it's a combination of something a little bit more cleaner than
Gotcha.
that, and then the product, right? The product needs to be solid, which is exactly what we're focusing on. Like, I know
Right.
that once we have the game and we get enough users into the game and they love it, right? There's without a question the floor is going to be eaten up. Without a question that people are going to want the samurais and the females ones and the baddies, right? So that's just a given with demand. Like we just the goal is just to build a sick ass game and drive a shit
Right.
ton of users.
Right. Exactly. It almost fits in the whole tokenomic structure as well. That's my next question and topic
Mhm.
concept I was trying to go on. But it just seems like, because I've been doing some research myself, and it's like it's been kind of mapped out, or before it was in the road. Was it even developed before the roadmap, or is this just something that you guys have been drawn on, like while we're processing it all?
There were talks about the tokenomics that was basically early on. I think we certainly did evolve along the way and learned a lot. Learned a lot from other people, from advice that we've taken from larger firms as well as the community itself. Guys like Rostaman, who's on here, and just
Yeah.
it's just an evolution.
The fellow Angelino, definitely.
Yeah, yeah, for sure, for sure. I mean, we've seen a lot of people come and go. We've also seen a lot of people in this community,
Hmm.
or ex-samurai holders that, basically said a lot of things, to hype the community, but at the same time, they had an agenda to really just make profit off other samurai holders and not like not pro project, is like more pro their own wallet type of situation. So we learned a lot from that too, and
True.
we're
True.
adapting and
Yeah.
adjusting and making ourselves,
Right. Through their
I guess,
experiences,
respond
definitely
better.
helped yeah, their experiences definitely helped the project, I think, and allowed the community to bridge, as well. So it's definitely, growing as we speak. Um, but my next question was
Yep.
about the property utility. Can you still hear me?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, the property utility behind the Jinky when it comes out. Does
Mhm.
is there any like value besides the kaiju that we can mint for, or what else can we use that for?
Yeah, so there's a lot of benefits. I mean, there's going to be two tokens, right? There's going to be the game token, which is the standard token that's away from the Genkis, but then the Genki is also like the top tier, right? So you could trade those mini tokens for prizes, and there's certain things that are in game that are only accessible by Genki tokens. So
Yeah,
we're looking at cross integrating, obviously into the game besides just trading it on like a place like Uniswap or in other exchanges in the future, and also using it to mint. Besides all that stuff, it's more like something that's going to be used in game, and
got you.
certain items in game are going to have an associated value against it, like not just baddies, right? What about like additional add-ons to the samurais that you want to have? All that
Right.
all that needs to have some kind of system towards it, and it's either the Genki or it's going to be the alternate token, which is a lower class token.
Right. We've talked about minting the weapons, using that, for the weapons, and then also for, I don't know, for land, if we're building land in the metaverse. And I know this is all new, especially to gamers with the metaverse and having to be in the third world person type of game, is it like where, or third person shooter type games, is it going to be where it's virtual but we can build land within the game itself, and I don't know, use that to do that?
Yeah, I mean, there's going to be land, but it's not in the immediate roadmap. It's sort of later on in the year, hopefully like the end of the year, if not early
Okay.
next year, where it's sort of the land is purchasable, and when you buy the land, you can build on top of the land, and the assets that you use to build on that land, you're going to need the tokens for, and that's also another I would say use case for the Genkis.
Got it. And then what's it called? Uniswap will be the platform to use to be able to exchange for the coin and also the currency token.
Yeah, that's the first platform. So it initially is going to start on Uniswap, but the goal is to put it everywhere, so you can access it from multiple sources. So the
Right.
initial liquidity is going to be on Uniswap, but eventually we want to get on exchanges. We want to get on a bigger platform to give us a little bit more exposure. We want to be a little bit more omnipresent versus like just
Oh,
just in a couple of places.
got you. Okay. Makes sense. What about the marketing plan? Like, is there any influencers or campaigns that are out there that we should know about that we're looking in?
Yeah, actually, we're kicking off marketing again for the female ones, and then also the baddies, and then also after that, we're working on a couple of big influencers. We're aiming towards the A-listers, um, because we feel like that's the way you influence every other influencer under them, without
Yeah.
without trying to like. So we want to find influencers that are very pro project, not just like like paid to post. Those are everywhere. You can just pay any influencer. Like we can give Snoop Dogg $400,000 to post, but
Right.
you know, but the question is like, is he really in this project or is he in it for the money? Right? There's a big difference. So we want to find
Right.
influencers that are in it for the project because they speak a little bit different and the energy comes across a little bit different. And it's not going to be like a one and done deal. It's more like one of those things where you become friends with the influencers and they're constantly on it. And the idea is to bring them on the AMAs, like have them come to the Discord and start talking to the community.
Got you. So I know we use NFT rock stars. Would that be considered a influencer, or are we looking somewhere in a different direction? Have we found anyone yet? Are we still looking, or we already have found some, at mind?
No, we have channels, but if you have suggestions, you can send it to me. I mean, NFT Rockstars is basically an extension of something that some of the members co-own on the back end. So it's not like we're using that as a that it's a platform basically to advertise and bring like people on to Samurai Saga.
Sure. I mean, me and my girlfriend, we do know someone and people that work for the game. community, and I went to I went to the Art Institute right here in LA, and right next door is Activision. So a lot of the people that
Oh, that's
were
sick.
yeah going to school, they're game designers. So they would go like after class to go and like test out the games at the Activision next door, and then get paid, and then I'll see them after they get out of work, whatever.
Yeah, that's sick,
So
man. Like,
yeah,
do hook us
some of
up.
my
We'll work something out.
yeah, some of my buddies still work in the game, you know, industry, so I can reach out to them.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. Let's keep pushing. Without a doubt, I think like we're on the right track. So pretty excited about everything. So obviously, like there's always more to add. So whatever you and the people that are listening, if you guys like would want to connect us with others that you think would benefit the project, we're very open. We're not like stubborn.
Okay. Most definitely, definitely. I'll have to look at my database of alumni and buddies that follow me on Instagram and whatnot. I haven't seen in a while or smoked a bong riff with in a while. So we'll see how they're doing or what they're up to right now. I know they used to just basically collect game consoles, like every game console there is, and just stash them, and play them whenever they need to, whenever they're craving to play a certain game or whatnot. But I
That's
also
pretty
wanted
sick.
to know what. Yeah, exactly. One of my buddies, he had like every game console in his house, a room like special just for that. It's insane. But that was here in Venice Beach in California. But my next question was, what is our market cap of the tokenomics or the game key itself?
Market cap is going to be changing because it depends on how many people buy in. So it'll grow. Hopefully in the billions.
Really, that much?
I mean, it really
That big?
depends on like how many people buy in. Like we're not concerned about the short term, but I think like once we start driving the real traffic, like
Will
the
be
game
based
download.
Yeah, it'd be based off the value of the Genki, right, compared to the US dollar or whatever, I suppose, and how
Hmm.
it's how it's inflated or deflated, whatever.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
yeah. I mean,
Well,
it depends. It really depends. Hopefully, it goes up high, man. Like so that people see the benefit of it.
right, exactly. I'm hoping so too. I hope we all, are able to become prosperous off the project. I love the art, especially. That's how I got drawn in. I'm a art snob. Basically, I collect a lot of art. I got a lot of urban art and graffiti friends from back in the day that, I still hang around with that tend to itch and go and climb and paint on walls and trains and whatnot. But
I just want to step
I
in
did.
here for a second and say hello to everybody. Rastafari strong.
That's
Going
Blessings.
right.
on?
This,
Uh,
peace,
just,
brother.
I think what you were getting at maybe was what the amount of tokens were going to be. The cap on the tokens, I believe, is 300 million.
Okay.
So I don't want anybody to start thinking we're going to be pumping billions of tokens out there. The cap 300 million, the market valuation, I surely expect to go into the billions, right? That's theoretical value, but
Yep.
and again, that's just dependent on the demand, which is going to come once the game drops.
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah, the game should be very cool, man. I like the whole metaverse direction, and I play a lot of games here. I got a PS5, so I can't imagine. I don't have an Oculus yet, but soon. I might go and reach and get one, but you know, we'll see how this all turns out once it gets there.
Yeah, man. Awesome, awesome.
Hey guys, I had a comment about the token as well. Actually, on the subject of this token, the Genki token, I was actually chatting to another member here, Pablito, and he had a
Mhm.
question about the release and the timing of the token. So his concern was that we have plans to release the Genki on Uniswap or another decentralized exchange. Now, he was advocating that when you release that token, to also have a firm date of when when the baddies are going to be released, because the baddies are
Mhm.
going to create the demand for the token. So he's saying that if a Genki and not having for the baddies, then it's going to add a large amount of selling pressure to the token, which is not good. He's just wondering if
Yep.
we have
No.
maybe
That's totally a fair point. No, we plan to announce everything. We're not just gonna be randomly releasing the token or the baddie collection. It's all planned out and announced. Like communication is a big deal for us, so we definitely are gonna be communicating well in advance before anything drops.
Okay. I do see that
So
there's going to be some flexibility with that. So, if there's, a little bit of selling pressure, then I'm happy just to hold it. But I guess the timing is probably something we want to be strategic about. So we want to kind of, if we have the option to, drive the price up and have make it a little more bullish than it can be, then we might as well just control that and manage that. But
I just want to say one thing for anybody out there that wants to play this for the short term game and run the Genki up to $1 or $2 and then bang it back down, or anybody that's got nervous fingers that wants to go right into the liquidity pool and start raiding it, I'm going to show you the door because you're in the wrong project. I don't mean to throw water on you guys, but the Genki's long-term growth and the Genki from its organic development and growth needs to build up slowly, and we don't want to beat it up in the beginning because the demand is that it's the potential value, and then that'll be with the baddies. There'll be actual value, and then in-game tokenomics. The in-game tokenomics is important. The other token that's going to play should only be utilized for microcurrency transactions within the game, and Genki should always reign supreme, and that'll maintain its dominance.
Right.
But
Also, you can
anybody
use
who
it to upgrade. Oh, sorry to butt in, but you can
go
also use it
ahead.
to upgrade. You can also use it to upgrade your samurai here, or
And
sorry to interrupt.
quick,
But there's other.
I have a quick question about the Genki. I'm stuck in samurais, and I decided to stuck samurais only for 30 days because I didn't know if we were going to have be able to use the Genkis before that. So my question to you guys is: it makes sense for me to stock for 3 months, or it makes sense just to stock for 1 month and be able to use them if you bring something in the next month? Or is this something that is going to happen in the next month, or the next 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 months?
But 3 months is good, because the Genkis, like there's enough Genkis to reserve for samurai holders that are staking. So we're not, you shouldn't be concerned about missing out and not being able to mint it. And then also the game is going to take, besides just having an active beta where people can test, right? The game is going to take at least a couple months to perfect and iron out, and then, embed all the features that we want. So take advantage of the months now, and then you're gonna see like more tokens versus like staking and unstaking, and you gotta restake it back in, which is it's entirely up to you. But from my perspective, you're actually making more than 1 month at a time.
And my follow up question is: if I decided to stock for 3 months, and in 2 months I decided to unstock it, do I get my Genkis for those 2 months, or I have to finish the stacking
You
period,
gotta finish staking at 3 months.
the 3 months complete? Okay,
Yeah,
understood. Thank you.
yeah, of
yeah,
course.
You
I
have
want
to
to go
think
back
of
to
the contract for staking. It's an actual contract. So you're contracting for a term. The term would be 30 days or 90 days. In the future, I'd like to see a 6-month staking contract and even a 1 year. And maybe the 1 year contract could pay out every 3 to 6 months Genki tokens. And the other thing is that now a lot of people are looking, everyone likes to count marbles. So everyone likes to look at your cumulative theoretical value of tokens that you've accumulated. And I think that what I've suggested was that eventually there'll be like an odometer or a meter tell us what our theoretical Genki's is, so that when we go to the staking page, we don't see anything blank. We go, oh, this is what I've earned so far, and it's a good feeling inside. And guys, mute your mic so we don't get background noise. Everyone mute their mic. So that's a beautiful thing, as far as the contracts go. And I think that myself personally, I'm rolling out. I'm going 90 days, and then I'm going to go another 90 days, because in 90, I'm going to grab my Genki. And then in another 90, I'm looking very long term for this.
Okay, and another follow-up question, sorry about that, is when the game is ready, if I have my samurais stocking, am I going to be able to play the game with the stock samurais, or I have to wait until it's on stock?
No, you could play it. You don't have to. You don't have to wait.
Okay, perfect. Thank you, guys.
Hey, and I just wanted to underscore what Rastaman was saying earlier about the price of the Genki when it releases. I think that my plan is if I see it dip a little bit, I think what we advocate is to hold on to it, because if you are shook out too early, you might miss the rally. And we've seen with a lot of these cryptos, the past few years, that it could be a matter of hours, right? And things can just rally hard, and then at that point, kind of the train has left the station. So I think, we're going to have some. I think there's going to be some volatility, but I would encourage everybody to kind of, stay the course and hold, because this is kind of a long-term investment. Don't worry about the short-term fluctuations. Does that sound about right, Rastaman, what you said earlier?
Absolutely. To add to that, I want somebody out there to start making a meme already for the person that's going to paper hand and sell their Genki too soon, because it'll be like the pizza dude that sold 10,000 Bitcoins for a freaking pizza. How do you live with yourself?
He must be kicking himself right now. That's a lot of money today. Yeah, for sure. Just hang on to the tokens. Like, don't look at the short term. If you're looking at the short term, then might as well just liquidate your samurais and get out. We have over 4,000 holders. It might not reflect that on OpenSea because a lot of them are technically staked. So, the stuff that's showing on OpenSea is not really that accurate. But yeah, the token, it's gonna take effect, especially once we drive up an immense amount of users. Driving game downloads is actually super easy in terms of marketing. And then having a really fun game to play with, it just keeps the people around, and there's no reason why I don't see like people buying a lot of Genki tokens, and then that's when you're going to see some real price action.
If it dips, you might find a good buying opportunity. You might be able to just load up on it and establish a position. Read the
Yeah.
charts and find a good entry point and see support somewhere.
I will be right there with you guys buying the dips.
Absolutely. If it gets crazy, that definitely makes sense. One question, what would you consider, on the initial rollout for the game to be a success? Are we talking 100,000 players, 300,000 players, 500,000 players? What would you be comfortable with?
I mean, the goal was to get at least anywhere between 2 to 4 million players. But obviously, the initial rollout, we want to be a little bit cautious. We don't know what it looks like. We don't know if the server is going to crash. We don't know if there's lag could happen. There's bugs. We're going to start driving 50 to 100,000 people at a time, and then continue to add on people, because we can get a lot of game downloads like in the tens of millions easily, right? I think we roll this out sequentially and very well planned out.
Okay, that sounds awesome. What's the engine that runs the game?
Currently, we're using Unreal, but I think there's going to be a mixture of things in the future.
Okay, and then I would assume that you'll have redundant servers. So if we don't
must.
get a okay,
Yep.
perfect.
That stuff is a must. I mean, you can't really run gaming, especially with all the influx of data. It'll suck if someone plays and they earn certain things and it disappears. So we're gonna have like multiple servers.
Okay,
Right, and
perfect.
it's gonna be important not to just have servers on standby and like backup servers. These servers need to be on hot standby, right? So they need to be active and running in parallel. So if one fails,
Mhm.
you have a seamless rollover. You don't have to actually wait for something to boot up and reconnect. You want something just going to be hot, basically, and you basically just switch over seamlessly.
Yeah, exactly. And the good thing is like there's so many games out in the market right now. It's not like we're living in the StarCraft days. Like there's so many games and there's so many companies right now hosting game servers that it's solutions are really out there and it's not difficult to find. There's like 6 companies that offer to do this.
But I want to say that if anybody else wants to say something else,
Hmm.
yeah, this is your chance now. Say what you want to say.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that?
If anybody else wants to say what they want to say, yeah, this is your chance.
Oh, you know what? I did want one quick thing. We were talking about marketing with Cyan earlier. Gian, I saw that there is the Twitter raids channel that's locked, and I know
Yeah.
that you're planning to bring on more A-listers and more active, social media accounts. So I wonder if we just set up a bot where whenever there is a tweet or Instagram post, or even Dino puts out a post on his Instagram, have a link to
Hmm.
that Twitter raid, so everybody just look at that, sees the little like red one there, click on
Hmm.
it, and then I just hit all the like and the retweet buttons and just spam it. A few thousand people, kind of go on there, and maybe if half of them go, you see that's going to drive the activity to the top of the list when people are browsing their
Right.
sites.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll look into that. That's interesting. Don't know any bots off the top of my head. Maybe Simple does. I'm sure he'll take notes of this and let's look into it.
Yeah, or even if it's manual, I'm fine with that. Or just do a manual copy and paste. Like, here's the link. We just
Hmm.
tweeted on this from the Samurai Saga. Now I can just go on it and I just have it feed down the chain a little bit, and it'd be a good way to get the word out.
Yeah, for sure. That's a great idea.
I think that's an awesome idea. I also encourage everybody in the community. I go and I tweet twice a day, just something. Maybe it's something Dino drops and you give them a visual. And I try and utilize different tags. I have quite a few recently people from the community, great family. They're out there retweeting and this organic growth, I think, is important. Twitter is definitely top of the food chain in socials.
I understand
Yeah,
Dino's
it
got a
is.
large following on Instagram, so if he puts out something and we kind of add on, then it's a way for our members to build their network too. But we also kind of leverage his international fame as well. So I think that'd be helpful.
Yeah, Dino's actually listening. He's on here in the audience.
Oh,
um, yeah, so Twitter is a must, right? It's like Rosterman said. I think we're gonna get ready to do a lot of Twitter Spaces versus just being internal in a Discord. I think it'll be quite interesting because we can connect with a wider audience and drive a lot more. I would say holders, like people that are really interested and listen to the whole story of Samurai Saga, because it's hard to like post a text and expect everyone to understand. Like the connection that we have now with talking to one another, that's like invaluable, and we certainly are going to be doing a heck of a lot more than that, like moving forward.
I love the idea of brand building in all products. Your brand is so important, and then the cross marketing potential on all avenues and forums allows for a much greater expansive audience, and that's the key to a successful brand. We love gamers, but we need more than gamers, and we love
Right.
the whole complex of everything. But
Yep.
it's a whole network, right?
Yeah. Yeah, just got to be everywhere. Just got to be cool, want to be one of those brands that has a cool factor, right? Just beyond just like, obviously the gaming is a huge, huge component, but just having like merchandise, for instance, right? Or maybe like calls, where they have the little bears that everyone buys and puts in their office, like something like that. It's also marketing. Like it's marketing that people bought and placed at their place. And then the next time they do an Instagram story, there goes the samurai sitting right there on their desk. So
Exactly. It's
stuff,
the
stuff like that.
drop-ins. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Perfect.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of plans for this Samurai Saga. I think the logo itself is super cool. Like that in itself could be sold, right? We're giving out stickers soon so people can put it in their cars. Over time, in the short term, I know in this space people have no patience, but the people that do have patience, I could say like all of you guys are gonna be like very, very excited and happy a year from now when we execute on all these plans.
Awesome, awesome. I always tell people in the crypto world, 1 year is like seven. It's like dog years. So, a year, a year in development is a long time in crypto. But when it delivers, then especially if you do it clearly with a plan, with a roadmap, with a solid tokenomics behind, and that's how you build an awesome game that ends up having a sustainable market cap and a sustainable token, sustainable ecosystem. It's a blessed thing then.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. All right. Well, I think Dubilis, I haven't heard from you in a long time, man.
Hey, bro, do you hear me?
Yeah, how you been?
Good. Thanks for remembering. I'm wonderful. How are you, man?
Excellent, man. Excellent. I'm glad to be back on here. Next
Yeah,
time I try
glad
to
to
do
hear
one of
from
those.
you. I
Yeah,
I don't have any questions. I know obviously you guys answer a lot of stuff. I more so just wanted to give a kudos. Thank you for being so transparent and up to date and keeping everybody just like with the sneak peeks and all that. So just wanted to say big kudos and to everyone else, please go read the channels. 99% of the questions we're asking are answered. So just to respect everyone's time, let's just try to do that first before we try these. But of course, Gian, thank you, man. Big ups, respect to the whole team. Thank you, guys. Great work.
of course. It's our pleasure.
Hey guys, I see a chat in the AMA chat from Sammy C asking about OpenSea and verification. I know this topic's been covered a little bit
Yeah.
before, and OpenSea is not really responsive. But are there any other options that we do at this point? I mean, besides from going to another, listing site? Any new news on that OpenSea verification and updating the description to show a number of samurai staked, so it looks a little more healthy on that site?
Yeah, Tyke is actually looking into that. It's fun. It's funny. It's still not verified. I mean, they've been bugging out on us for some reason. It's just very, very strange. Um, I think so. My buddy is actually building booths for OpenSea, and I think they're trying to like get into the real world and then just have more representation in different crypto NFT events. So we're gonna try to contact as many people in OpenSea as possible live in person because obviously emailing them doesn't work. They barely respond. So we're still working on that. The good thing is it's still up. The collection is there. People are trading. It's just a matter of getting it over the hump and getting them to recognize and release the verification for us because we are a legitimate project and we've met the basic minimums.
Yeah, and there's little things too, like I think the creator of the collection is like alphanumeric, like a letters and numbers. So people are talking about trying to update that and put a new name on that too. So little things too,
Yeah.
and maybe, I'm not crazy about the idea of transitioning to like something like looks rare, but if it's good in the long run and we don't lose anybody in the
Mhm.
process, then great. But I trust that you guys are looking at
No, no,
some
we like OpenSea. I mean, it's a great platform with a lot of users, right? There's volume in there, so it's a good thing to be on. I think they're going through some changes in terms of improving themselves. And I'm sure we can sort this out. It might take some time, but I'm sure we can sort this out. I've heard that certain people didn't get their royalties paid out for like months. We still didn't get our royalties paid out yet, but eventually it does show up and it'll come. So not too concerned about that. It's just about like I guess being a little bit more diligent and pursuing the verification process and getting them to help us fix some of the issues.
sounds good.
All right, awesome. Yo, Genghis Khan.
Hi, family. How you doing?
Good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing great. I've been following this project from a friend of mine, crypto. I don't remember his name, but he's right there. Hold on. So anyway, I came a little bit later than the minting moment, but I'm so happy to be with you guys for this long ride. And I just I want to give a little speech to giving my let you hear my opinion about all this. And I've been in this kind of project very shortly, but I've been investing for different things in my small world. And I just want to say to all of you guys to follow no whoever is new, but whoever has already succeed. The guy here next to me, Rasta man, and it's such an opportunity for all of you guys to understand what it means to succeed and what it means to have an opportunity of becoming one of those. Even though we see a small picture right now, but we need to see the big picture. Uh, Short term, okay, whatever you guys want to do, that's your money. But I think for what Rastaman says, long term is going to be something that is going to beneficial most of us in a longer term too. And now I have a little question for you. When it comes to the game, and we rent it out our Sam, do we get it automatically whatever the win if they win on in Genki or tokens to our account, right?
Yeah, it's all automatic, so you don't really have to do anything. It'll just show up. There's going to be logs of what the transactions that happen in the game. So there's going to be logs, so it's all tracked and fair and square.
I see. Okay. No, that's pretty much all. I'm so excited with you guys, and I see that the community is answering. Let's say 70% of all of you guys are answering to what your hard work you guys doing. With Dino or Dino, right? His project on making this beautiful and heart. It makes all of us so. With our eyes so open, so surprised how, he can do all this beautiful stuff. And this is going to be in the long term something that everybody's going to know, is going to see. So I'm happy to be part of this group. And I say thank you to all of you guys.
Yeah, thanks for being part of the group, man.
Yep.
You're awesome.
Yeah,
You guys have a good evening.
Appreciate it. Absolutely.
Thank you.
All right, great. So I think we have Amitesh. Let's take your question, and then I guess we can call this a day, and then we'll try to get back on 2 days later. Yo. Can't really hear you.
You got to turn your mic on. Hit the button on the bottom. Well, looks like we lost them. Real fast, everybody, our space in gaming last year, $180 billion. Video games brought in $56 billion. And for the players out there that are in the market that have 3 and 4 and 5 and 8 and $12 billion market valuations, we are nothing right now, right? We're going to be something. We're going to be something very substantial. So have faith, keep your eye off the floor, look at the moon, look at the destination, and understand this is a brand that's being built over time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Hadrian said, brick by brick, we shall build Rome. Remember this. And I want to shout out to Dino and Tyke as well. But awesome, these guys, phenomenal minds, phenomenal synergy here. It's a once in a lifetime transformative wealth project, Gian included. All right, Rastafari.
All right, that's a great speech. For sure, agree with Rasta. Guys, hang tight. We got the whole game plan. We're hitting the roadmap. Everything's looking great. Don't worry about the floor. just look forward to it's not even that far off. It's a couple months off. Just you'll see what this game is all about. You see what this project's all about. Until next time, I'm doing one earlier next time because I feel like a lot of guys are early, and this is a little bit late, so we might have more people come on around like 4 o'clock. I'll try to do that in the next 2 to 3 days, and then we should have solid answer on the tokens by then. Because any day now, but we won't just randomly launch it. We'll make an announcement ahead of schedule just to make sure everything's nice and dandy. Until next time, thank you so much. Have a good night, everyone, and we'll speak soon.